So today we are going to be reviewing another book. We are going to be reviewing an old book that's been out for a while that I actually just resisted reading. Yes, I resisted reading this book for a long time. This book has actually been out since 2011. That's how far behind the time I am. And this book is called Fat Family and Fit Family: How We Beat Obesity and How You Can Too. And it was by the Morelli family. So yes, this was the father-son duo on The Biggest Loser. And I honestly resisted reading this book because I just resisted reading it. I had a love-hate relationship with The Biggest Loser because I knew that how they were doing it was not the best way. Fast and furious weight loss is not sustainable. So I had a hate relationship with it for that, but I also did have a love relationship with it because while it may not be a sustainable method to lose weight because it was so fast, it is, however, inspiring because they still did lose the weight, and it shows that it can be done. So for that reason alone, I kind of didn't read this book until last month. I was just looking for something to read, and I decided to pick this book up. And I have to tell you, this book was pretty good. The book does not give you details on exactly how to do it. It does not walk you step by step. I mean, you can pick up a lot of the hints and tips there while you're reading it, just because they're talking about what's happening. But it's not a how to do it. This is a story of how they got obese and how they fixed their lives. And the story of where they were and how they got to the point of going on to The Biggest Loser was a hard one for me to read because so much of what they wrote could have been myself. I actually have always laughed about the fact that, man, I just wish I could have my jaw wired shut because then I wouldn't be able to eat. Yeah, well, the one person did. And they did fat camps, they did this and that and the other. They tried and tried and tried, and they always regained their weight. And they talked about how the addiction, but they actually, a lot of what they were saying was about the addiction and how they feel and how they're eating to get high, which is me to a T. And so this book really hit home their emotions of where they were when they got to that point. This is the first book that I have read for this project of edifying books that brought me to tears. Yes, this book brought me to tears. So I'm reading this book, and a lot of it really resonates with me. I thought this was going to be not a book that I was going to really like, and maybe it was the other memoirs that actually got me started thinking, but I've lost so much because I have been overweight all my life. From the time I was in high school, I tried to make myself invisible as much as a big fat girl could, because that's how I survived. If you become like a wall ornament, then people won't see you and they won't make fun of you. They won't do anything. And so I managed to make it through high school without really being bullied, made fun of, anything. How much did I miss by being invincible? I'm 51 years old, and there's stuff that I didn't do because I was fat. Nothing in this book actually told me that, but it's just, as I was reading, it just overtook me. So anyway, see what I get for reading outside. Anyway, back to the book. Yeah, it just kind of hit me because they made a comment about, where they were and how far they've come and where they've been. And all of a sudden it just hit me. How much time have I wasted because of my weight? What have I not done in my life? What have I passed up and missed because I've been overweight? And yeah, it brought me to tears. The book does obviously go into their time at The Biggest Loser. It talks a lot about the son that was left at home because he was too young for The Biggest Loser, how he was feeling and where he was at. And, and how when the two Biggest Loser people went home, how they actually were so excited to show off their weight loss, but yet they were heartbroken because they saw the other son sitting there pretty much in tears because he was not losing the weight that they were losing. So it was good. They did not dwell too much on the intricacies of Biggest Loser, which I was happy. It did talk a little bit about what happened. It gave an inside view of their story of this Biggest Loser, but it wasn't a deep in-depth of it. So for that, I was happy. It was really honestly a story of people that struggle with weight. Now, I know it has been, 13 years since the book is written. I don't know if they have kept the weight off. I honestly thought about looking for them, and I turned around and said, no, I don't want to know. That's their life, and if they put it back on, so be it. It's a good book for inspiration. It will make you feel not so alone with your own weight loss journey, and it gives you hope that you can do it. And for that alone, this book is worth it. So, thanks for reading with me. So if you have read this or you are reading this, let me know. I would like to know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you think about The Biggest Loser also, because, like I said, I had a love-hate relationship with it. Anyway, no excuses. Don't miss out on life because you're overweight. That's the message I got out of this. No excuses. And I will tell you that this is the first book in the 7 that I have read this. Zoe! But I resisted because I know that for my edifying Zozo, stop.